If you couldn't tell already by that little clip I gave you at the very start of the video, I had been meaning to make the video for several months ago, but I decided against it since I thought, well, maybe they're just accidentally blocking third-party clients, you know? Maybe they were blocking scraper bots or whatever. But for several months after the fact, I've only just grown more sick and tired of everything that's happening. And on top of that, I've only come to realize just how stupid I was back then about that. Cause thinking about it now, there's definitely clear evidence, at least from my view, that YouTube is purposely blocking these third-party clients. So, you adblock users, right? You use the official YouTube client to watch YouTube videos, and you use those ad blockers, programs like uBlock Origin to block all the ads, since there's so many horrible, heinous stuff on there. I'm so glad I moved away from all that, because god damn, it's horrible, and it's only gotten worse. So, understandably, you know, you don't want to see all those ads, so you block them. And YouTube doesn't like that since, you know, ads are the main thing that's kept their service going, so obviously they want to keep their bottom line intact. They tried blocking ad blockers, but, you know, unlike third-party client users, you're lucky. The developers of the ad blocker, or the people that make the filters for the ad blocker, they just find a way around that ad block protection thing, and immediately, without fail, you're just guaranteed access to YouTube again with, you know, no ads. But for third-party client users, like myself, we're not nearly as lucky. Back when I had started using a client called it was like heaven. I was able to watch any YouTube video I want. I could see videos completely unrestricted, even once they were age restricted, because they use the original age restricted thing where you don't have to like put an ID, just go like, okay, my age is this, let me in. So I was able to watch any video, even if they were age restricted, without fail, without issue, you know? If YouTube ever decided for any reason, whether it's a dumb one or a completely valid one, age restricts the video, I can still watch it fine. That's not really the case, but whatever. To say that third-party clients were amazing back then was an understatement. They truly were. I was able to watch anything I wanted without Google ever knowing what I was watching. But since the past year, YouTube's been trying everything they can to block third-party clients. Hell, they've even gone as far as trying to stop the development of one. You know, for a lot of the claims I'm making, there is at least some sort of evidence backing it up, and I will show it once I edit and post.
Okay.
A client that was made fairly recently, about a year ago. Yeah, that was a app made by a non-for-profit, I think it's a non-for-profit, called Futro. F-U-T-R. And they wanted to make an app that allowed you to follow creators instead of platforms they are on. So if you're following a creator on YouTube, then if they would get blocked off YouTube, if you could follow them on a different place and you wouldn't miss them at all. So imagine like you had a YouTuber that was on YouTube and Odyssey or a different social media platform altogether. What if one platform goes down, you'll still be able to watch them just fine. That's the idea behind the app. You know, great thing, great app. That's pretty cool. During the development, when Louis Rossmann, the then director of Futro, I think he stepped down now, had, you know, announced the whole project and everything, YouTube sent them a letter trying to, well, they sent an email to them to try and like inform them that they don't like what they're doing, and you know, they want them to get rid of the app because they keep going, because they YouTube sent an email to the developers that included Louis Rossmann, and that what they were saying was, you know, that they should take the app immediately, otherwise there'd be legal action because they were violating the terms of service of their YouTube API.
For your client by responding to this letter. Sincerely, the YouTube team. I write on behalf of Futro, which distributes the redacted application. I am responding to your January 25th email. Your email described Redacted as Futo's product or service, and alleges Redacted violates YouTube API Services Terms of Service and developer policies. Futo welcomes the opportunity to cooperate with YouTube in furthering the rights and interests of connecting content creators to their audience. That said, Futo has nothing to correct and no reason to cease offering Redacted, which exists to help connect those same creators to their fans. Futo never agreed to the API Terms of Service or developer policies in its development of Redacted. As the name suggests, the API Terms of Service only apply when accessing or using the YouTube API services. Developer policies similarly apply when accessing or using YouTube API services in your product or application. Futo does not and has never used any of these tools, as neither Redacted nor its end users use the YouTube API services. Therefore, Futo, Redacted, and its users are not subject to the API Terms of Service and developer policies, and we cannot violate them. I hope this clarification ends this matter, but I am happy to discuss the issue further with you if you'd like.
Anyways, since then, YouTube has only tried to keep blocking and blocking and blocking us over and over. And every single time they've done so, it's always ended up just being for nothing, much like the ad blocker war they started. They block us once, then the developers come around, find a workaround to whatever they're doing, and bam, everything's back to normal. But the problem with this is, well, the experience now has only gone worse and worse, as unfortunate as that is. Every single time I watch videos now on YouTube and whatever, I get blocked sometimes, only temporarily though, as, well, YouTube just sucks in general with trying to make any sort of workaround. You'd think that a multi-billion-dollar company would be able to figure things out, but they don't, somehow. So every now and then I get my whole IP address blocked by YouTube, even though I can still sign into the actual YouTube client just fine and upload videos and whatever, so it's like, it's weird. And the workaround to that for me is just using a VPN, since somehow YouTube, again, a multi-billion-dollar company, cannot, for the life of them, create a workaround, can try and block VPNs. They somehow just can't. I don't know why. And now, just as of less than a week since I'm recording all this, they've tried blocking us again. And the developer of the few remaining instances that I've been using, which, funnily enough, YouTube also tried shutting down instances as well by doing the same thing they did with just forgot about that. The developer behind the instances I use figured it out in less than a day. And usually that would be a similar story with the developers, but they still haven't found a workaround. So, yeah, I really am just sick and tired of what YouTube's doing. I wanted to make this video simply because I'm just tired of it all. I just really want to get that message out there that, you know, other people have been, well, shunned by YouTube, just like the adblock users. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. You may have noticed that everything was being censored and all, you know, because YouTube really doesn't like you talking about and just naming the third-party clients that you can actually use to get around like YouTube's thing and watch YouTube videos completely free, no ads and whatever. Does Linus Tech Tips' Part 2 to de-Google Your Life ring a bell? Sure does. And the thing is, well, I'm also kind of at least a little afraid that YouTube will take me down too, hence why I've put this video on my second channel rather than my first. If you want to watch this whole video without any of the names of the third-party clients being censored, you can do so on Odyssey. I don't really care. And in case this video ever gets deleted, I'll also include a download to both the uncensored and censored version. Though I probably recommend you just use the censored version, anyways. Along with the captions file I have for the whole video, so if this video were to ever be taken down by YouTube, you can always re-upload it, along with the original subtitles I have for this, as well. You know, every time I just have a content be deleted and re-uploaded, they usually won't be the same quality as before. YouTube always compresses things, so that it's low on bandwidth usage, so anyone can, you know, view the video no matter where they are, and it just makes the quality worse, you know. Anyways, I guess that's just it to the video. Just want to rant about what YouTube's been doing, and, you know, a very sophisticated rant that actually has evidence behind it. You know, I just see ya, I guess. I don't know what else to say, because I've been doing this completely unscripted. Bye.